Hi guys, just have a new clip, maybe like a video, I guess. Just playing a smaller game. I think there's only like 20-some people in this game. So I think we're currently defending the point, and I was going to build an AT gun. I actually put supplies down a little bit ahead of these windmills, but decided there was just too many infantry, so my initial plan was to just thin them out and try to make it to my supplies to build it, but then I quickly realized there's just like way too many people, so that turned out to be impossible. So I decided to get up high as I could and try to utilize cover, and I realized pretty quickly that like they were coming through like the blown up half track and that tank kind of right in front of me, right there, that angle. So I'm just taking pot shots and just trying to see if I can hit these guys or not. And they're connecting, so I decided to just stay up here and just utilize cover, ducking left and right and trying to just expose the smallest part of my body. And just being patient, not running outside and trying to engage all of them, because our tank, our Panther behind us, that got blown up by an IS, so there's honestly no use just running out there and just getting blown up or shot up. We didn't have any garrisons ahead, so I figured the best idea was just to defend this place as hard as I could, since we maybe only had like 10 minutes left in this game. So I just got shot, got really lucky, didn't die, and I really like to use these planks in between to just kind of get a gauge if I can see someone running across, and if I can't, I'll just slowly peek out, just, you know, pre-aim and just take the corner really slowly. And if I feel good, I'll try to take a shot. But yeah, just utilizing cover, going up and down, not just like standing outside of the balcony. Yeah, you might get a better field of view, but it's not really worth it. Just get shot from every single angle, whereas in this instance I have a controlled environment where they can only see me from this one window and I can only see them, but I have the high ground, so it's just way easier to pick them off. I'm not sure if you can actually see me killing these guys or not, but I'm definitely hitting them. I think it's maybe just because it helps to play on a monitor. I can kind of see them wiggling around sometimes, and if you're playing on a huge TV in this game, it's just so hard to see anything. So my eyeballs are technically glued. I actually did hear that guy on the left that I just shot. I just heard him running behind me, and I heard a couple rounds go off, so I decided to peek that left corner. And then just kind of just return to this, and then I think this is now when I realize, hey, pretty sure there's like a garrison or an outpost or something there. I think I do get this guy. Didn't have enough to reload, but I think there was one point, yeah, they started throwing smoke. But I realized I'm probably nearing the end of my ammo count, so I didn't want to just start shooting in the smoke hoping I hit someone. This thing isn't automatic either, so I just want to make sure that, you know, like, every count hurts. I heard this guy come up the stairs, so thank God he was an LMG and wasn't able to lift his gun up fast enough. But yeah, oh yeah, that was a good one. I definitely hit that guy, but I did not headshot him. It just got him. That one's a headshot. So yeah, we're kind of just holding this point. I think I realized that like I'm probably just going to end up dying in this windmill, so I'm just accepting it and just holding this position on the left as long as I can, because checking my map, I do flick a lot, but it's just to see the positioning of my teammates really quickly. I don't really need to stare at it. Corner of my eye, I see that I think it's a T-34 and an IS. Yeah, it's definitely an IS. But out of the corner of my eye, just kind of watch the barrel, see if it points at me or not. And when I saw it started to turn, the tank as well, I just decided to peek out the left window. He did hit the top corner of the balcony, which again, if you did stand on that balcony, you get annihilated, so good thing I was hiding behind it. And there's at one point where the tank started shooting at me, and I decide that there's 50-50 if he hits the top window or the bottom window. So I'm just going to gamble the bottom floor, assuming that he thinks that I'm dead and or just decides to shoot the top window over and over again. Again, just taking advantage of his barrel where he's pointing, and then I'm just going to engage when his barrel isn't looking at me. See, he shot through the bottom floor. So he shot top and bottom. He probably assumes I'm dead, so I'm just going to keep going my business just to make sure I'm really cautious when taking these shots and not exposing myself too long. As his barrel's turned, now I can comfortably peek out, take a shot at a guy. Checking the scoreboard. I think I was on like some 20 kill streak now. That was the commander, I'm pretty sure. I saw the blue. I assumed he was either a tank driver or a commander. But that confirms that there's probably a garrison right behind there instead of an outpost, because there's just too many people coming from that. Again, utilizing the planks to see if anybody's running across. Didn't see it, so the tank's still there. Another guy crossing. And I was kind of just hoping if I can pick off all the guys around the teammate, maybe another AT can get up to him satchel. And I think I didn't miss a single shot on 4 guys. So it's a pretty good stretch. And now I kind of just realized, hey, I don't think anybody's coming to get this thing, so I'm just gonna keep the infantry off of him, make sure he doesn't have any support, so it's really difficult for him to push in. Just keeping these guys pinned over the hill. Again, utilizing the upstairs and downstairs. Just checking the bottom. I thought I heard someone, didn't hear him, so I decided to just come back up. Yeah, the IS looks like it's pushing the point, so I just want to keep my eyes peeled out for where he's going to be looking. Just exchanging rounds from this, and not standing still, immediately sliding, so I would shoot around, immediately slide to the left or right. I just don't want to overexpose myself and just eat a bullet because I was taking my time trying to hit this guy. And I think I do hit them right there, so I hit that guy too. But yeah, I think I'm near the end of my ammo. Again, just holding the point. I was really hoping someone would get this tank, but unfortunately it's just too hard. Get that guy. Realizing we're losing the point, it's probably just because of this IS, maybe 1 infantry with it, but it looked like it was a full crew. But yeah, just kind of camping honestly, but if it works, don't knock on it. Again, I think it's them throwing smoke, just trying to clear this field, but alas, I am so far out, so high up, I can see them wiggling around, just like that guy. Again, just utilizing cover, checking my score, checking the map, just making sure I understand what's going on. I know that T-32 just rolled past on the left, but I wasn't worried about it because he wasn't looking at me. I didn't have to duck. So yeah, I do play a lot of Hell Let Loose, so usually the smaller games are better to practice shooting. Controlled engagements are a little bit better. When the map is completely full on 50v50, it's really hard to practice your aim because you're usually just blasting down a street. So I occasionally like the smaller games to just practice, making sure I am accurately hitting my shots and not really trying to waste ammo, but taking engagements, just good engagements. And that's really good to practice, just to make sure that even when it's a 50v50, you can understand where you have the advantage in an engagement and they don't, or vice versa, and knowing when to not engage the enemy, just because it's just really not worth it. You're just meaningless death, and again, there's respawn timers, waves, and it can maybe lose you the game if everybody on your team is kind of just throwing their life away. I think I hear somebody outside, and then I realized it's a teammate, so I was like, oh, realizing he's an LMG, so I was like, oh, maybe take another couple shot or two, and I'm just going to let him have the top floor, because he probably wants to set up a bipod, so I just pop back down. I think at some point, yeah, he just gets killed. The whole balcony thing. I think I checked back up and he's already dead, so it didn't last very long. I think I hear somebody, so I actually take out my shovel. Trying to figure out where his movement's coming from, and he doesn't see me because he's trying to live up. So just double checking if I hear anybody else, and it doesn't sound like it. So pop back up, teammate's dead, so I'm just gonna resume this position. Yeah, it's unfortunate I wasn't like a rocket and didn't have a Panzerschreck or something, or whatever the bazooka for them is. But I felt like this power position was too good to just redeploy and try to blow up that tank, so and yeah, practicing really does help, because you can get a feel for, sometimes you have to lead the enemy and sometimes you don't. With the Kar98, it's actually pretty forgiving, so I don't have to lead them too much, just like a smidge, maybe like half an arm's length if they're further away, and that usually do the trick. If they're stationary, I usually try to go for the headshot, just so that like medics can't pick them up and I don't have to deal with multiple enemies. And that's the hard part, is with a Kar98 you are limited by the amount of bullets you can fire by obviously the bolt. So you want to try to limit your engagements and making sure that when you're fighting somebody, it's usually one or two person versus you, because usually after two, without like throwing a grenade or shooting a bazooka or something to even it out, you can't really stop them. So just know that like if you're using a Kar98, if there's a bunch of people, try to go for a headshot if they're standing still. That just takes out the chance of them picking it back up and then they both try to get you. I think I hear another person coming. Maybe decide against it. So yeah, I think he's coming. I'm almost positive it's the same guy. I think I really killed this guy like 8 times in the same life, so I can probably assume he's frustrated. I hear a tank too. It must be that T-32 that recently passed me, so I just wanted to make sure. Always being patient, being as patient as possible, just because, you know, if you have a power position, you really don't want to give it up. Just like church towers and whatnot. I see that guy trying to throw a grenade in the window. I caught him, thank God, because I heard him. So instead, I'm just actually just run on the bottom and instead of trying to engage him with a rifle, which at close quarters, if he has a PPSH, I lose. So I'm gonna just gamble that I can hit him with this shovel. It wasn't the PPSH guy, so I'm just gonna wait here. I think I decide that I try to shoot somebody and realize I don't have any more ammo. And then I think this is when I run out. I realize I don't have any more. So yeah, that's pretty much it for this kind of this gameplay. Realize, yeah, don't have any ammo, so I can only sit in the front door with a shovel. I think I end up deciding just to kamikaze someone because I think we're going to lose. There's just no point in getting this point back, so I think I killed the guy, and then just run out the door and try to get the third guy. But yeah, I hope you guys learn how to utilize these windmills. They're always a pain if you don't have like a tank to assist you. This guy's just oblivious. And I think there's another guy coming up the stairs that I saw, so I decided to try to roll a grenade down the stairs, but I think the first one did not decide to want to roll, so I had to, yeah. Instead I just try to hit the pipe and send it right down the middle. And gets this guy. Yep. And I saw this guy and I just decided to run at him. I realized he had a PPSH, so that was just unfortunate. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thanks, guys.